Okay, so let's talk about strategic partnerships
Mhm,
because you touched on it a bit. It's not just about going to networking events and collecting business cards, or the people that say they want to be able to partner, but what they're really looking to do is to kind of pick your pocket for your audience, but they're
mhm.
not actually looking to bring anything to the table. There's a difference between people that are looking to grow together, and then there's the difference between the people that are looking for opportunities and ways to leverage other people's audience and their work without necessarily bringing anything back. What do you look at when you're starting to decide on strategic partnerships or people to bring in within your circle?
Yeah, for me, it's alignment in character first.
Mm,
It's an alignment in character. Then, does what I do complement what they do?
mhm.
You know? And if it's not complementary, our the audiences that we have are not they could be at different levels, but if, one's way in left field and one's in right field, like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Those are the things that I look at. It's not necessarily what I can get. Not like, for me, I
Mhm.
wanna make an impact, and I don't care where the impact happens as long as I can make the impact. I know I can make impact one to one,
Yeah.
but can I make an impact to more people at the same time? That's
Mhm.
what I'm looking for. And so for me, collaboration is not necessarily about money for me. It's mostly about impact. Because when you impact somebody's life, eventually the money will follow,
Yes.
typically. But that's not my initial intent. It's not the money. So if I find
Mm.
somebody who they just want to grab, like, oh, Michelle's already, oh, she's an accountant. She knows all the business owners, and I can be in her. No, sister.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I do have discernment about that. But if they wanna make an impact, like, if you have something of value to deliver, absolutely. I will send out emails on your behalf. I will,
Yeah.
I will do that. I will stand up on your behalf. But for me, it's just not about either the numbers or the money. It's more about impact. And I know it's a long game, but I've been playing this long game for a long time. So
How about that?
it kinda works because
You
what's gonna happen is I'm gonna still be here 15 years from now,
Mhm.
and somebody else might not be, right? Because 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
not gonna give up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I tell
No.
people this all the time. I'm gonna be here. Whether you work with me today or 10 years from now, I'm going to be here.
Every bit
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Every bit of that. I love that you started with the character assessment likewise, because it's one of the reasons why I'm not on the corporate side. I spend enough time in rooms with people where it's like the money is good,
Mhm.
but oh boy, your character. Like
Yeah.
when I know who you're actually about, that's the part that's distasteful to me. And I don't want to spend time around that. The
Mhm.
cost of it is in the long run going to be more than anything that I could potentially gain. So,
Mhm.
character assessment is very, very important to me. I look at one of the things that I say is the trivial reveals the trajectory. So, the things that you do on a small level that you think, oh, well, nobody's really going to care about that. I
Mm,
care about that. I'm paying attention to that because if you're doing that on that level, then it gives me a sign of what potentially could look like when there's more at stake.
mhm.
So yes, absolutely. And then it's value.
Mhm.
I joked with someone, I said, when I start looking at strategic partners, like all of last year for me was, okay, I'm at the point where I need to start looking beyond what I can accomplish on my own
Mhm.
and start looking at where I can partner with people because that's where I can actually extend my reach and make a bigger difference than
Mhm.
just what I'm able to do on my own. And it was a lesson. It was definitely a life lesson. And I discovered a lot of different types of partners. I started looking into people that were adjacent. I want to see
Mhm.
where do I start and stop? Where do you start and stop?
Yep.
Because if I start before where you are, then I can do a natural handoff. If it's something where I come after, then you can do that handoff. And if I meet someone that isn't ready for what I need, then I know that I can actually hand them off to that person. But I was joking with someone yesterday. I said, one of the things I realized is there are some people that, who put the peanut butter in my chocolate and who put the chocolate in my peanut butter. It's like, as soon as you start saying, well, I can do part of what you can do, and then I should be able to do this. And I'm not trying to negotiate that kind of stuff. I just want to know, are you able to bring value? If you're able to bring value, I'm happy to sing your praises as long as you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
But the moment you start trying to encroach into what I'm doing and you're trying to pick my pocket and my brain to figure out how you can do what I'm doing so that you can add it into what you're doing, then the focus is lost. Like it's no longer about helping people. It's more about you helping yourself.
Mhm.
And I think that's one of those red flags that when you see that sign, take note of that sign because that's where the first sign happens. And if you see it more than once, then that's the pattern that you need to watch out for before you get too far into something where you've attached yourself to that person, and then you have to figure out how you're gonna be able to make that exit.
Right. Yeah, it's almost figuring out how you're gonna dissolve it before you even start, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, uh-huh.
yeah, yeah, it's if you understand the exit, then you understand the path.
Yes.
I almost say it's there's so much about business, the further I get into it, the more I realize it's not start to finish, it's finish to start.
Mhm.
Like, if you understand the destination, then you start to make sense of all the things that have to happen for you to be able to get there.
Yep.
And that's where you can start to say, okay, well, I know I would need to partner with this person, but if things don't work out, how do I exit from that gracefully without it being this or without it being that? And it
Mm.
seems pessimistic, but in a way, it's more optimistic because you're already assuming that things are going to work out. You're just trying to protect against the things that may not.